Hello, my name is Kate Crowley, Professor of Practice and Director of the Bilingual Extension Institute for Speech-Language Pathologists here at Teachers College, Columbia University in New York City. The Bilingual Extension Institute was started in 1996 and moved here to Teachers College in 2001. It is a 6-credit course that meets all the requirements of the Bilingual Extension Certificate for the New York State Education Department, and it is offered at very significantly reduced tuition rates. For those of you not planning to work in New York who don't want to go through all the requirements, the New York State requirements for the TSSLD and then the bilingual extension, you will also receive an advanced certificate in bilingual speech-language pathology from Teachers College, Columbia University upon completion of the program. The most important thing for me is that the Bilingual Extension Institute impact the clinical practice. And so now students who just finished the Institute, bilingual speech-language pathologists, are going to talk about how what they learned in the Institute has impacted their clinical practice. Thank you.
While I was giving therapy and doing assessment, I realized something was really missing. I knew there was an interference with language or whether it was a language disorder, but I didn't have the confidence or the knowledge to say that. I've always wanted to do a course that will help me to understand more about the cultural influence with my children because I work in a very diverse population.
There are a lot of other great programs out there, but this has been able to help me bring it back to my district and actually implement real time.
Every day it's made me look at kids that I work with differently. It helps give me a lot of assessment tasks and strategies that I've used.
In many programs you're just lectured. We have the opportunity to work hands-on with our peers and have a lot of small groups, so that enables us to use our skills and collaborate with other speech pathologists to get other ideas.
I take all the materials that Dr. Crowley gave us, like the slam cards, like the critical questions for parents, and I found that's really helpful to truly learn what a whole child looks like and can truly identify if there is truly a disorder or it's just a language difference.
We've been talking about topics like race and CS and privilege, which we have not been talking about in our field, and it's topics that comes up every day.
The Institute has taught me all of the theoretical knowledge that I need and really has opened my eyes to the limited view that we've had of language development for lots of our children.
We're moving toward a society that is bilingual or multi-dialectal, and it's extremely important to be able to service those populations. It's our responsibility, it's what we're supposed to do as SLPs.
There's a tremendous value in this program because you get to learn about theory, you're exposed to the research, but there's a lot of hands-on instruction that has gone on these last few months here, and I think that's big.
People who attend the class, they're from a very diverse background, and it was such a nice way to be able to connect to other bilingual speech-language pathologists.
It's just been wonderful to, after not being in school for a little while, being back in an academic setting again, where, you know, it's all about just kind of learning together.
It's the only program that is geared towards speech-language pathologists that want to work with culturally and linguistically diverse kids. I think it's great if you're bilingual, but even if you're not, I feel like all SLPs, monolingual or bilingual, benefit from this kind of knowledge.
Before the program, I felt like kind of scared, you know, like this isn't my first language, what are other people going to think, how am I going to help, and I really see myself helping as a result of getting the confidence from this program. And we really need to be the voice for these kids, and I feel like I can now be a voice.
Overall, I've become a better clinician and a better evaluator.
When I go back into work on Monday, I know how I'm going to work with my kids.
I think any SLP is bound to interact with a kid from a different culture from their own, so it's really important too to use the same thing.
And we talk a lot about dialect. I mean, I think the majority of people are bidialectal.
Whether you're bilingual or whether you're monolingual, you're going to learn something that's valuable for you, for your students, and for the parents you're working with as well. You need this information. We all need this information.
It took my clinical skills and my confidence in myself and my own clinical judgment have just gone through the roof because of this program.
If you're planning to work in New York State with your bilingual extension certificate, there is funding available. You can find that on our website. You can apply now for either the online or the in-person Bilingual Extension Institute. Remember that this is a discipline-specific institute only for speech-language pathologists or people who work as bilingual speech-language providers. And you can find the information on our website or at the link below. Thank you.